Welcome to Nooska.
Hello, and welcome back to Nooska. Did it just for you? Just for you. We are back. It is me, EB, and I'm here with Connie.
Hello.
And we have another fun episode for you today. It's not as bad as last week. It's not another casual fit, but it is fun, and it is in the Halloween spirit, which I'm super stoked about because Halloween is shock, surprise, gasp, my favorite holiday.
And what we're gonna skeleton.
Yeah. I'm gonna start singing that Tim Robbins song. So we're gonna start today talking about cryptids. Cryptids, the perfect crossroad of spooky and weird, the Bigfoot in your backyard, the Mothman in your cupboard. That's what we're going to be talking today. Lots of spooky spooks from around the world. I don't really know where we should start because we've got so many. Connie actually did actual proper work once again. I'm the slacker.
With one. I did not do proper work. It always feels like I've done proper work, but I have not done proper work. I've done the half-assed attempt.
Just wait, folks. You're gonna be able to tell the difference because I scribbled mine list down probably 15 minutes before we did this, and she's gonna for sure.
I have been
sources.
Looking a bit more.
I am the school slacker. I've 180 since
I like to learn.
Yeah, I do like to learn. I love that actually. I'm happy to be the learner. But yeah, cryptids. Where I grew up, there was actually quite a few little cryptid stories in ye old Tennessee. It's the South, right? So the South is kind of unique in America. All of America has got history, right? But the South is like
the Appalachian or Appalachia.
I say
how
Appalachia.
I want to say it with the accent of the Appalachia.
Appalachia. This is what I was like. Appalachia, Appalachian Mountains, Appalachian. You can say both.
And that goes. Did you know this? There's like a whole portion of it that technically goes into another country.
Well, it's so the Appalachian Mountains are from Scotland, essentially. They broke apart. Yeah. Which is interesting because that's then also where a lot of immigrants settled. And that like a lot of Appalachian people have Scottish ancestry. But yeah, it's the mountains from the Highlands here in Scotland.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Very, very cool. And lots of spooky history. I know that like the Northeast is technically America's Europe, but I kind of think of the South as America's Europe as far as it's got like this long history way before the Mayflower and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the Spaniards were landing in Florida in the 1400s, way before anyone from England or France or anyone else was there. And it just kind of went on from there. I mean, obviously Louisiana has incredible history. I mean, a lot of it's very, very dark and slavery and all of those things, those horrible parts, but it's got just, you can't deny the richness of the history because of all of the cultures and just literal centuries of human existence that has happened in there. But I grew up in Tennessee, which is not Louisiana, but we still had cryptids of our own. And we had a lot of indigenous based cryptids because Tennessee was essentially like the heart of the Cherokee Nation. And one of those that we had was the Wampus cat, which was...
Oh my God, I already love it.
Wampus cat, which was this... It was supposed to be this big, stinking... It was basically like a panther, like a big, stinky, crazy-looking panther with glowing eyes.
The white lady in me already wants to have it as a pet.
That would like haunt the woods and it would come out and attack you and yada yada yada. It's a different story depending on the region that you go to and the white people you're talking to that are telling the story. We used to talk about it a lot when I was in college, and we would go camping and we would like go out to this really remote place that you had to hike in about 1.5 miles, and we cleared it ourselves in the middle of the woods on this river. And we would always talk about that when you hear weird noises. There's lots of coyotes and different things. But originally, the Wampus cat was an indigenous story. It was a Cherokee story. And there's two variations of the story. And what I think is so interesting is because they're both female-centered. They're both women-centered, but they're opposite ends of the spectrum. So one kind of tale of this from the indigenous people is that the Wampus cat was this woman and she distrusted her husband. She was suspicious. She was convinced that her husband was cheating on her. So he went out to go and hunt with some of the other men, and he was this great warrior and he was well respected, but she was like, nope, don't believe it. I'm going to go follow him. And she put this animal skin, I believe it was a bear skin, which is kind of weird because we don't have a lot of bears in Tennessee. We have some bears in East Tennessee. But anyway, she puts on the skin and she goes to follow him, and she's like hiding herself with the skin. Well, she gets found out, she gets discovered, and the medicine man then curses her for being distrustful of her honorable husband, and she has to wear this skin forever. So that's one story, right? Not a great view of women in that story. So I'm a bit,
I mean, like, if you want to have like a brighter side to that,
Yeah.
nod to the brighter side, that would be like the whole, like, it's important to learn to trust people and like actually, like, you know, like understand that there is trust that is built and keeping that, and not like, you know, like if you like need to have that conversation, have the conversation.
Yeah.
Don't be like making a fool of yourself.
Yeah, it kind of I've kind of shortened it a bit, but I think that version mostly smacks of like whiny, naggy, suspicious wife.
Yeah.
There's a second version of that story, which I tend to believe a little bit more because this one has like names tied to it. So I tend to believe that this is the actual story from the Cherokee and other indigenous people. So the other story is that there was this couple who were very, very, very much in love, and it was Running Deer and her husband Standing Bear. And Standing Bear was this great, great warrior. He was like the greatest warrior in the land. So their village starts getting attacked. I can't pronounce the name of the spirit. EWAH, Ua, something like that. It's this evil spirit. It's attacking the village. Her husband goes and he wages this war to defend the village. He finally comes back from fighting the spirit, and he's basically destroyed. He's crazy. He's gone crazy, and he's just a husk of himself. He's completely ruined.
Yeah.
So his wife, Running Deer, goes and prays and begs for the gods to give her the power to avenge her husband. And one of their gods comes and cloaks her with the face of a bobcat, basically cloaks her as a bobcat, which allows her to sneak up on the evil spirit that destroyed her husband. And when she jumps out and reveals herself as this fearsome bobcat, it actually makes the spirit banish itself. It kind of collapses into itself and banished. And then now she roams and protects her village. She stays in the skin, or her spirit remains in the skin of these large cats that protect her village and her people. That's the other version of the story. She's actually a fierce protector, the Wampus cat. So that's like, the version that I tend to like, and it has names.
I'm getting chills. I'm like, damn,
I like
girl.
that one. Yeah.
Like, that's some real love. Like, you broke my person to a degree that I can't even be with them or enjoy them anymore.
Yeah.
I will literally destroy you and myself and live on through the animals to keep the rest of my people safe from you. That's insanely cool.
It's very, very cool. And it kind of fits with
still
other.
Want the pet. I still would like the kitty.
Still want to have the Wampus cat.
So bad. I'm like, ooh, pretty fearsome kitty.
Yeah, it's. I think that version is a pretty cool story. It also kind of fits in with other kind of gods and mythologies. Like, it very much is reminiscent to me of the story of Sekhmet in ancient Egypt, who was, I believe she was the daughter of Ra. And yeah, she was the daughter of Ra because I believe Horus was. Anyway, Sekhmet was this lion-headed goddess, and when she basically was brought out to smite people because humans had just gotten out of control. They no longer worshiped the gods. They were destroying each other. They were destroying the land. So Ra sent her down to destroy them. And so for like 2 or 3 days, she ravaged everywhere, destroyed everything. And the people went, oh my God, this has to stop. And so they brought out tons and tons of wine, and they poured tons of wine into the Nile River. And she thought it was blood. So she drank and drank and drank and got drunk and fell asleep. And that's how they got her to stop destroying things. So in their belief system, this wasn't a bad thing. She was a good thing. She was destruction for creation. She destroyed the bad so that they could rebuild the good. And they believed that women had both of those sides to them. We were actually a force of rage and destruction as well as creation. And in ancient Egypt, Sekhmet was also the
righteous
patron
rage
goddess of doctors. She was the patron of physicians. So it kind of almost it's that trail of that like feminine, righteous, feminine rage and destruction, which I find mind.
Yeah.
Fascinating. And it's in every culture. They don't like us to know that, but it
See,
follows.
this is where I step in, because the one that I've been learning about is like ties into this beautifully,
Yeah.
because, and now I'm not going to be able to pronounce this very correctly because I am not fluent in Korean.
We have white tongues.
Very. I try my best. I do make an effort to learn the indigenous language
Absolutely, yeah.
here, but I'm
You're way
not,
better at
I'm
it than
nowhere
me. Way
perfect.
better.
So I think it's the Yungban. Oh, no, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and look because if I don't, I will forget. No, it's Yung. Oh, Yungo. Yungo. Oh my gosh,
Better
I'm
than I
not
would
going to
have
keep
done.
trying. I'm going to spell it so everyone can go look it up themselves.
Yes.
It's YEONGNO. Now, there's two versions for this thing, and it's like in some of the shamanism over in Korea, it is a spirit that is up in the heavens. But the one that I'm specifically speaking of, because I saw it on my feed the other day, and I was like, I have to know everything about this thing. And so essentially in like the plays and things like that are done over there and were done over there like way back, essentially this character is a spirit that has been cast out of heaven for being a dick, basically. And the only way that he can get back into heaven is if he eats 1,000 souls. Now, this thing looks like a dragon and wears like a yellow coat that looks like scales, and it has like multiple, like I would say, like dead human hands. Like it just is creepy. It's creepy and scary. And essentially, though, this thing couldn't return until it had eaten 1,000 corrupt and evil aristocrats, the Yungban. See, that's where I was getting it from. The Yungban class, which is in Korea, it's the upper class, upper echelons of society. So essentially, this thing was an eat the rich animal.
That's insane. That's so
And I'm
cool.
obsessed because and my thing is like, man, if this thing was real, like is he already back in heaven? Like did he already eat as many rich as he needs to, or is he the one that took Ocean Gate? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he's speaking to the orcas. He's the one that's got the orcas going. That's what's happened. He's organizing the orcas. He's
But I found it
he's
so
telling the
cool
billionaires, go
because
to
it was
Titanic.
like, yeah, it was. I found it really cool because it was very much on that, like, it's not that typical like dragon formalities that a lot of people attribute. It's very creepy and
That's
like
cool.
in the plays and stuff like that, you know, like they depict this creature like devouring like people throughout the whole
That's
play and
neat.
stuff. And I just think that's so wonderful.
That is really, I love
Massive
that.
costumes and
How
stuff,
do
and
we
it's this
summon that?
huge creature. I don't know.
Can we
I don't
summon that?
know.
Can we
I did
find
not get that
Korean?
far. And
Can we find some Korean Etsy practitioners to
you
help
know what
us
though?
call?
There is a crochet pattern out there because I did find some teddies that were crocheted and it's the cutest. I'm like, oh, I want a baby cryptid.
Oh, that would be cute. That would be. I need
And
to get
people
some
have
baby
gotten like
cryptids.
tattoos and stuff of this creature as well. So it's quite like well known.
That's neat. I've never heard of that. That's super cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to
I was very proud of
find a
myself. I
picture
was
of
like,
it.
I found the best cryptid.
Yeah, we'll have to put pictures of it on the Patreon so people can see
Yeah,
it.
I'll send some through for you.
Yeah, very, very cool. Well, you know, that's actually kind of a perfect place because that retribution type of spirit fits perfectly with my next Tennessee cryptid, which I consider a cryptid. I saw it on some cryptid lists, but I haven't seen it on all the cryptid lists. And that is the Bell Witch, which I would really argue that's the only authentic Tennessee cryptid, to be honest. I think that's the only real Tennessee cryptid. For those who don't know, Bell Witch, very, very famous. They've made a couple movies on it. I think that like An American Haunting, I believe that film was based on it loosely. But the Bell Witch, essentially, Middle Tennessee, early 1800s, it was about 1817 to 1821 is when it happened. John Bell Sr., he's got a farm in Tennessee. There's been some questionable stories about maybe there was a woman who got displaced, maybe there were slaves involved, all this kind of stuff. But essentially, he buys a farm. He's got his family on this farm, and something starts haunting them. It was a poltergeist of sorts. It would scratch them, attack them. They would hear disembodied voices. It supposedly shape-shifted and did all these horrible things. But it was really, 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 really focused on John Bell Sr. specifically, who was, no shocker, a piece of shit according to the historical record, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he not well liked at all. Yeah. It's a shock surprise. It was a white farmer in the 1800s in Tennessee. No shocker there. But what's really, really interesting is that there was people outside of the family who saw this. Like at first people thought it was just the family. They were just making stuff up. But there was several people who actually came to the farm. And there was a guy who wrote a book on it who was a total skeptic who came out to the farm and allegedly saw things, heard things, saw attacks, disembodied voices, like had gone outside of the house, had things thrown at him from inside of the house. Just really, really notorious stuff. And supposedly, this is where it's kind of fun. This went on for centuries. When I was in college in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, 2007, 2008, that cave had been closed. There's a cave on the property. The house is gone, but there's a cave that supposedly was the cave that this witch lived in, that they called Old Kate, who was this crazy woman that lived in town that got blamed on everything. She was also hard to deal with. But even when I was in college in the early 2000s, people would go and try to sneak into that cave and stuff would happen to them. That's why they had to close the cave. It wasn't just because they didn't need the legality of people going into this cave.
That is some white behavior.
Yeah,
it is some white going into the scary cave.
Yeah, let's go into a
I
cave.
understand maybe inspecting old buildings, right?
Yeah.
I can kind of be okay with that, but a cave? No.
A whole cave.
No, ma'am.
Cave.
No, thank you. What do you fucking mean?
But yeah, people got attacked in there all the time to the point that they used to have events where they'd open up the cave a couple times a year and you could pay money and you could go to the Bell Witch Cave, right? It's not like pay
money to go get messed up.
Yeah, what? It's not a cave I would go into, but it's not like an intense cave where you would like go spelunking in or anything like that. My understanding is
I don't even like the idea of spelunking. You could not pay me enough money to ever spelunk.
Never.
No, thank you. No, sorry, never.
Yeah, I'm glad I was not born
I'm not
with
even
that
claustrophobic
gene.
And I'm like, get away from me.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. But people would go and there were stories all the time of people going in there and getting attacked, scratched, running out in the middle of the night because of like shadows holding them down and all kinds of stuff. So it's hard to say because I tend to believe that if there is something out there happening, it's probably because of indigenous people or slaves who were harmed on that land, because that is how Tennessee itself, its history from tip to tail, the history of that state is soaked in indigenous blood. I mean, I grew up less than a block away from a mass Indian burial grave, and there was also a mass slave grave at the nearest church around the corner from
There's
the
a
house
protected beach down from where I live. Like it's a bit of a drive, like at least, 20, 30 minutes, but it's a protected beach that like they have someone living in a house that like has direct line sight of the whole area of the beach that's protected because bones still wash up from the wars, from like Māori wars and stuff like that, and like from like colonization and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I kind of tend to believe that you can feel it when you go to some of these places, some of these old houses, these old plantation houses and stuff. The energy is just off. It's heavy. So who knows? And you can go and dig into this case. We're not going to spend a bunch of time because the last podcast on the left did a whole series on this that was like 3 parts. So it's probably like 3 or 4. I think it's 3 parts. Maybe it's 2.
Man,
but like hours.
I'm always like wondering if I've missed any of their episodes, and then you tell me something. I'm like, I don't remember this episode. What do you mean?
It's really, really good. They talk about a lot of the weird stuff that happened. But yeah, there was a lot of people that experienced it. But this John Bell Sr., he had a sketchy past, and he definitely had run-ins with this old Kate who lived in the area. This Kate, I can't remember what her last name was. Kate something. Kate Batts. But yeah, it's a very convoluted story. I think Jack even ended up getting John Bell got kicked out of the church over this, their local church, which was like a big crazy thing. An American Haunting, not a very good representation of it, but this is probably, I think, the most famous Tennessee cryptid and the only one we have that's like properly Tennessee and not co-opted from like an indigenous person. But it's spooky, it's scary. I think the cave's still closed. I think they've got it completely shut off now so people can't break into it.
See, I don't ever want to go to America, but like if it stops being an absolute shit show, maybe, because I would go to all of those places.
Yeah, it is fun for that.
Just to
like
look
New Orleans
from a distance. Yeah, the house where that crazy lady did all that crazy stuff to those poor freaking slaves. Oh my god,
that place is New Orleans is amazing. It's so much cooler than Tennessee. But yeah, we also have in Tennessee, we've got the knot deer. It's probably the only other one. There's a lot of little copycats of like Mothman and stuff that we have, but the knot deer is probably the other one that people would know because it's a TikTok trend of all things. But the knot deer is, I believe, a co-opting of the skinwalker stalker. It's essentially a deer that doesn't look right, that people see in Appalachia all the time. And as they creep up on it, they realize, oh, wait, there's something wrong. It's got weird joints. Oh, kitty. It's got weird joints, or its eyes are on the front of its head, or it stands up on its back legs and chases them up a tree, like that kind of a thing. So it's very creepy and it almost reminds me of like a liminal space.
My logic brain is like, isn't that like what deers do when they get that like wasting disease, or like the prion disease?
Yeah.
Because they like do messed up stuff, and like it's that whole like they will walk around with their brain half hanging out, and it's like
also bucks stand up on their back legs sometimes when they charge. So if you're a drunk
they
Tennessee
do
guy in the middle of
they
the night
do
in
they
the
like
woods.
to like get momentum when they start to charge at each other. They'll go on their hind legs and then start like plummeting forward to each other.
Exactly. So I tend to not. There's it was a TikTok trend recently of people out in the woods in Appalachia.
I remember seeing like some of the creepy drawings, and they'd like the deer would like take his little hooves off, and he'd have fingers underneath.
It's just absolutely silly. They're Tennessee cryptids are weird. We didn't have the luck of Bigfoot or Mothman or anything like that. So it's not really great. It's not really great. And I refuse to talk about Bigfoot because I'm sorry. Bigfoot is it's ridiculous to me. The whole thing's ridiculous. The whole Bigfoot thing to me is absurd. I think everything about it's fake. I don't buy it.
To me, I'm like, Yetis would be more. I would believe a Yeti would potentially exist more than Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it seems more credibly and not credible as in like provable, but like it seems more believable that like a big fluffy ape exists in the mountains. Like in the mountains.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
It's like almost as if like a gorilla got extra fluffy and was like, I'm going to venture up this way. You know what I mean? Like
it's way more believable than a big, giant, stinky man ape who's living in your backyard in Seattle.
Sorry, but to me, Bigfoot just gives like crusty old white guys with guns a reason to like go mental in the bush.
It is. That's exactly what it is to me. And I think the nail in the coffin is that on one of the new 90 Day Fiancé series, they're sending them on a Bigfoot hunt. They've gone on a vacation. 3 of these couples have gone on a vacation together from 90 Day Fiancé. The most like white, and I'm allowed to say this because I was raised white trash, but the most white trash bottom of the barrel reality television show, right? Like if you're watching 90 Day Fiancé, you've run out of everything else to watch, right? That's what we're talking about here, the quality, production value. And they've now sent 3 of these 90 Day Fiancé couples together on a vacation to go and hunt Bigfoot. And I went, yeah, it's fake. That's it. That there is literally, if 90 Day Fiancé is doing it, it's all bullshit. So I just don't buy Bigfoot. I can't. I buy aliens more than that. I don't buy. I think for me,
Chewbacca. Cool. Give me Chewbacca from another planet, right? From another planet. Because I think for me, what kind of was my nail in the coffin was the amount of times, anytime someone asked for like why there's never been like visual proof. It's that whole like, well, Bigfoot's an interdimensional creature, so he can just be invisible to you if he wants to be. And I'm like, what? So he's got invisibility powers? No, he doesn't have invisibility powers. Well, then what do you mean? Like,
last podcast on the left did a whole episode on the Bigfoot invasion, the Philadelphia Bigfoot invasion, which was supposedly a bunch of spacecraft landed in Philadelphia in the 1970s, and a bunch of Bigfoot started terrorizing the town. And there's even still a number up because supposedly they still get attacked by these Bigfoot and like big feet, whatever. I don't know. I don't even care. I just can't. I don't know.
It's giving like little kids being vandals and the old people not having like a way to explain
100%.
it.
And apparently it's just this one poor little weird sad man that the police department has put in charge of it, and they just have his home phone number on the website that's like, if you see a Bigfoot, call Stan. And this guy just records all this stuff himself, which is everybody's got to have an interest and a passion, and that's fine. I would rather someone go out and Bigfoot hunt than go to a Trump rally.
Yeah, at least he's got a hobby.
Yeah,
better have a hobby
100%.
than have chip on your shoulder. You know,
yes, yeah. But I just don't.
If you want to go hunting Bigfoot, go hard.
Yeah,
I'd rather you out in the
Mothman,
bush.
I think more than Bigfoot. I tend to believe that more, even though I still think Mothman sounds pretty ridiculous. But the idea of like, the government messed with something or opened something.
Yeah, I have my reserves about Mothman, but then also from what I remember, Mothman's been around since the days where when you took a photo with a camera, everyone's eyes went red.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm inclined to be like, it's potentially true, but like not in the same way that we might perceive it to be true.
Yes. I think there's a lot of the stories about Mothman are made up, but I do think there's some compelling stories.
Oh yeah, I want to get a crochet pattern of Mothman for sure.
Would be cute. That would be so cute. A little Mothman would be so cute.
I know.
Mothman
or you can get them. You can get Mothman at that. What's that American thing? Build-A-Bear. They do Mothman teddies. Yeah, I saw a video. This chick got a giant Mothman teddy, and it was like so massive. I was like, oh my god, it's so freaking cute.
There's a Build-A-Bear here. Well, there used to be a Build-A-Bear here where I live. I don't know if it still is. I wonder if they've got
You're like, ooh, wonder if I can order one in.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go get it. I was gonna buy a stroller for my dog, but I think I need a Mothman plushie instead.
A nap teddy.
Oh my god, that would be so cute. I definitely need that. Yeah, I like the Mothman stories. I like the idea of because I love The Mist, the movie The Mist, which is like one of my favorite endings. I love getting that movie in front of people who've never seen it before. So the ending.
I've not seen it, so now I'm going to have to go watch it, aren't I?
Because enjoy the ending. It will traumatize you. It's brilliant.
I was that kid that wasn't allowed to watch TV growing up, so I'm still playing catch up as an adult.
The Mist.
Like finding time to watch movies. Like when I first watched Donnie Darko, I was like, I've watched it a couple times. I never took it in. And when I finally fully watched it, I was like, oh my god! Like I was crying by the end of it.
It's dark. It's sad. Yeah.
It's so sad.
That was the Requiem for a Dream age when they were like, what do all the kids who've been traumatized by Homeward Bound and The Land Before Time really need? Oh, Requiem for a Dream and Donnie Darko. Let's give them that. That's what they need for their mental health.
The first time I watched Requiem for a Dream, and I was sitting here looking at my brother like, why are you making me watch this? What am I watching?
Ass to ass. Yeah. Horrible. I watched that one time and went, the soundtrack is phenomenal. I will never watch this again. And I'll never speak to the person who told me to watch this ever again. Oh my God. Oh, brutal. Okay, absolutely brutal.
All right. I will try and watch
Mist,
that.
Not the show. Yeah. It's got to be, I'll look up it's the movie version of
Mist. Yeah.
And the whole premise is this guy wakes up one day and their town just gets sucked up into this mist while he's in the grocery store with his son. And there's crazy aliens coming out of the mist, like monsters and aliens just killing everybody who goes outside of the grocery store, and they're trying to get into the grocery store.
Like Silent Hill.
Yes. With
the
most
that movie
fucked ending ever.
Me. Yeah. The ending to Silent Hill messed me up. I was like,
this is the same vein.
Would you do this?
This is the same vein, so you will enjoy it. It's horrifying.
God.
It's amazing. I love it. It's another one of those that I forced Dan to watch, and then at the end he was like, "Why did you make me watch this?" He liked the movie, but he was like, feelings. What? He was like, what? It was just so frustrating.
I love when endings of the movie don't give you room for a sequel, but ended in such a catastrophic way that you're like mad that you even spent the time. That makes me
Those
so
are the
happy.
only movies I show to my friends. Those are the only movies. And I do the same with The Descent.
I'm excited.
I make everybody force watch The Descent. Which Dan still has not forgiven me for either. He hates it. He still brings up how much he hates it occasionally. But yeah, cryptids. Cryptids. That is actually kind of a good segue. Kind of, sort of, the dark and the horror and the like sheer doom and pointlessness of it. Because the next one that I got for us to talk about was the Kelpies, the dangerous water horse that sucks you down into the abyss.
obsessed. Obsessed. The way I had to tell my kid, like, Bub, if you ever see a
Never go
horse,
near the water.
don't go near
Never.
it. Just don't even get in the water. Just stop and turn around.
So for those who don't know, the Kelpies is a Scottish cryptid, which we could do Scottish cryptids for a whole freaking episode, but it's essentially a water spirit that takes the form of a horse, and legend has it that it will come near the shore, and when there's children on the shore, it'll be like, hello children, come and ride onto my back. Don't you want to have a ride? We're going to have such a fun time together. We're going to go and ride through this river or this loch. And then when the kid gets
so creepy.
Yes. And then the kid gets on the horse and they grab onto the mane and they realize, uh-oh, this is actually a glue trap. It's sticky. Oh no, my hands are being sucked into the mane of this horse. Oh no, we're now in the middle of the loch and the horse is dragging me down into the depths to my death. It is dark. It is twisted. I think in some versions,
and isn't there like a whole thing where the horse changes when it goes into the water as well? Like it doesn't stay a horse.
It's not a horse anymore. Yeah, it's like a water demon essentially.
Ugh,
yeah, and I guess the idea is it's a cautionary tale for kids because we don't listen to our parents. So when our parents say don't go near the water, we're like fuck you, I'm going in the water. So they have to tell us don't go near the water because there is a horse demon in there who will suck you down to your death. Do you hear me? That rings
but I'm
going to
come from
scarier.
a little bit of a sidestep angle though.
Uh-huh.
I think it still comes from that whole like us not knowing enough about things, right?
Yeah,
and
100%.
so like people might have drowned from
100%.
like getting kelp wrapped around their feet not being able to untangle themselves, and then feeling like they're being pulled down.
Yeah, because there is tons of stuff. There's like my understanding is I believe in Loch Ness. I went with a friend to the boat ride on Loch Ness, and they do the whole tour and all that kind of stuff. But I believe there's basically like a forest under there. Like it's quite dangerous. There's tons of stuff, and the visibility is very, very, very low.
Scary.
Yeah.
I don't like water you can't see into.
Oh no, absolutely
like
not.
That's
and
like
it is black when you're out there. You can't see, and it's not like dirty or anything, but it's just black.
No, I know what you mean. No, water that is dark like that is scary. I'm like, no, I'm not going near that.
There's lots of I should have taken more time to write more because when I went on a tour around the Highlands, they drove us through, and there was one that's like Loch Blue or something like that, and it had like a really dark. There was like a woman that haunted it. That was just straight up just a demon that just tried to kill anybody who came in the water, kind of a thing. There's lots of these. There's lots of stories of things living in the lochs up north and in the rivers and stuff as well. But the rivers here are kind of shallow for the most part. You can mostly see the bottom, and they're not as scary.
This kind of makes me understand why my nana was always like, make sure you learn how to swim.
Yeah, probably. Probably. And they're also freezing, like freezing. If you went out and swam in that and you weren't prepared, you would lock up easily. Your muscles would freeze up and you would just sink right down into them. They're very intense. I wouldn't go swimming out in them. I'm not a good enough swimmer to be doing all that. But yeah, the Kelpies, they're very, very famous.
Horse demon!
Can't beat a horse demon.
No,
there's
top
huge
teacher.
statues. If you go, they're like one of the big sites of Scotland. It's about 30 minutes, I think, north of Edinburgh. There's this huge Kelpie statue. That's just amazing. It's like the two horse heads coming out of the water, coming out of a moat. It's made out of silver panels. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very, 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 very pretty.
Awesome.
But they have a lot. That's just the one I could pronounce. So
yeah.
There's lots. There was one called the Gilly Doo, and I can't remember what region of Scotland he was from, but he's not really a cryptid because he's more of like I believe that he's like a fae or like a pixie type nature spirit that supposedly lived out in these woods and would help children when they were in trouble and stuff. But then some people said he would also like go after you. So it's just lots of stuff. I've just got
that like in my head with the thickest Scottish accent. Like, oh, Gilly Doo.
Yeah, Gilly Doo. Yeah, it is like the most Scottish word ever. It's a pretty nice pub in Edinburgh. They do nice Céilí. It looks like Hogwarts inside. So if you're in Edinburgh, go see the Gilly Doo. It's expensive for a pint, but it's a fun sightseeing expedition if you want to do Harry Potter without giving Joanne Rowling any money.
Oh my God.
I refuse to call her JK. I just call her Joanne. I won't do it. She's Joanne until she learns how to act right.
Because that's such a Scottish thing to do.
Joanne.
When your like elders are mad at you, they will give you your full name.
That's
like
what she's going to be called.
my full name, I won't go into detail, but like essentially, like I've shortened. My name is shortened from the elongated, and when people edit me, they'll lengthen the whole ass name
You're
to
like,
the
oh,
full
shit.
proper formal, and
I'm
I'm
in
like,
trouble.
damn, I'm in trouble.
No, I've been saying that. People have been like, who are you talking about? I'm like, Joanne Rowling. You know who I'm talking about. Joanne K. Rowling. Joanne Catherine, whatever her name is. Yeah. Yeah. I refuse to call her JK. She can't, she doesn't deserve it. She doesn't deserve abbreviations at this point.
Is she dying of something now, finally?
I heard that she had cancer, but I haven't been able to find a story on that.
I wonder what Cryptid did that for us.
It might be your what is it, Jung?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
yes,
it's
that might be my one.
He's
nice.
creeping up inside her, creeping up inside her like the Hitcher.
We love that.
But yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm cryptids are a bit overall for me. I mean, I absolutely the indigenous stories, totally get it, totally understand. So many of them are like laced with morals and all that, just like we said with the Wampus cat and the woman like avenging her husband and all that stuff. But it's nice to get into the Halloween spirit. It's nice to think about the possibility that there is other stuff and the mystery of the world, because there is still so much in this world that we don't
veil
understand.
lifting. Yeah.
I also think cryptids are good because if you can think about these kinds of things and expand your thinking into including in your reality the possibility that a Bigfoot exists, then you can certainly make room for other human beings in your life. That's so.
Yeah, I'm a big believer too of like not calling like other cultures, because you hear like mythology or legend, and it's like a lot of the time it's storytelling was how things were passed on, and because of that, like in the way that colonization wants to like picture everyone else, they've given them specific wording so that they can essentially like ignore any of the things. But there's so much learning that we can do even from cryptids and the stories, like you know the Kelpie being, you know, people needing to learn to be safe around the water, like it's these simple things.
They're definitely messages from our ancestors and warnings from our ancestors that can absolutely still apply today. Like your Korean cryptid, you know, that was ancestors at some point say, beware the rich man, okay? Because the ultra wealthy, the elite,
these rich cunts
will take advantage of you, and somebody needs to avenge you when they do that. Like somebody needs to take them down.
Yeah, make sure there's a lot of you and they all go.
So in that way, these stories are important. That's why I think the stories of the cryptids are actually the fun part for me, more than like out in the woods with a couple of stinky dudes who are like slinging out deer piss and calling it Bigfoot. You know, I think the stories themselves. All I can think
of is the Trailer Park Boys and how Bubbles calls it Sam Square.
Those are the people. Those are the people hunting Bigfoot. Trailer Park Boys. 100%. It's Bubbles and Ricky. That's the demographic. That's the demographic.
It's so funny too, because there's that whole episode where like the caveman fucking guy is like in the woods because he's got nowhere to live, and they find his massive log of shit, and they're like, it's a Sam Square shit.
Sam Squanch. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's basically, all of that is how I feel about Bigfoot hunting. That's 100% it. 100% it. I just, even on that 90 Day Fiance thing, they've shown the clip of them out Bigfoot hunting, and this guy takes him to a tree and was like, see right there, that's a Bigfoot cut. And you can literally tell that it's a human being went out there and carved the 3 Wolverine claw marks from X-Men. They literally look like the claw marks from X-Men carved into this tree. And this guy's like, it's real. And these dumb idiots on 90 Day Fiance are like, yeah, look, oh my God, what kind of animal could have made those? No animal made those. Wolverine did. He came out of the comic books. Absurd. I can't do it with the Bigfoot. I've had it. I've had enough. I'm going to take back everything I said. I think Bigfoot is anti-intellectualism. I'm going to take it back.
It's the cryptid of anti-intellectualism. It's the warning to intellectuals of the rise of anti-intellectualism and how bad it is.
Bigfoot's popular.
Seeing it, if you start seeing how popular Bigfoot's getting, he's the thermometer for crazy.
Oh God, we're going to stop looking at wheat and gold prices and start looking at Bigfoot popularity. When it rises, bad shit's coming. That's going to be the new indicator, the new economic indicator of coming collapse. Bigfoot popularity. Oh. So yeah, cryptids. That's our cryptids episode. Hopefully that was a little fun for you. I would love to hear about your cryptids. If you have cryptids where you're from, because we've talked about doing maybe like a similar to the last podcast on the left, like their March Madness. We want to get some like weird cryptids to battle each other out.
I would like that because it's like D&D but for fighting.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, we should do a D&D episode.
Oh my god. I'll have to get one of my friends on with us for that because she plays D&D like every freaking week.
Yeah, I've never played and I want to play. We should
so bad.
I've never played and I want to, so we should maybe think about something like that. But yeah, cryptids, moral stories, lessons, and weird stuff. Love it, hate it. They're never going away. So yeah, get into it. Cryptids. Scotty, you have anything else to add?
Eat the rich. Eat all of them.
That was the best lesson. And avenge your husband. If someone makes your husband go crazy, call on the gods to avenge him by destroying your foe.
I just want to add actually that whole story is like a thing for shell shock. Like we should take lesson about shell shock and how much that actually impacts the people that these people come back home to.
That is actually
and how like they have righteous anger that they should be allowed to express.
Yeah, 100%. Wow, that was way better than my analysis of it. I gotta take my own advice and get back into school and fucking get my brain cracking again. But yeah, that's it, cryptids. Thank you so much for being here this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next week with another one. Not going to make any promises on what it's about because then I'll screw that up. So you're going to get one of the things that we're going to talk about. And hopefully we will see you there for that. You can follow us on Instagram and you can also support us on Patreon. We're on patreon.com/Nooska. Help us grow the podcast, help us keep this going. And we also put some goodies and some extras and you get the episodes early and you get them ad free. So if you would like to help us grow this, head over to patreon.com/Nooska. And other than that, we will see you next week everywhere you stream your favorite podcasts. Bye-bye. Bye.